Hello, my name is Jay Damle, and I'm the author of this book on schedule delays, why do they happen, and how to avoid them. The book is available on Amazon. Just type the words "the book on schedule delays" in the Amazon search engine, and it will take you to my book page. I also have a website, www www.bookonscheduledelays.com. Please visit this website as there are also some free bonuses which are available for visiting the site. In this video, I will talk about introduction to my book, which will kind of orient you as to what the subject matter is of this book. Before I do that, just a few words about myself. I have a master's degree in chemical engineering from Worcester Polytechnic Institute in Massachusetts and an MBA from the Carleton Business School, University of Minnesota. My bachelor's degree in chemical engineering is from University of Mumbai, India. I also have over 40 years of experience in the engineering and construction industry. Most of those working as a planning and scheduling leader for Bechtel Corporation, which has a reputation to successfully design and build complex projects in the nuclear and fossil power, refineries and chemicals, liquefied natural gas industry, as well as complex infrastructure projects, including airports, high-speed rail lines, and mining and metal industry. Today's projects, no matter to what industry or what country they are located in, are becoming more and more complex because of owners of these facilities or products want to bring them online as early as possible for economic or marketing edge reasons. On top of that, the execution of such projects is being coordinated by project teams that are spread across the globe. And to that materials and equipment which is also being acquired from various locations across the globe. Having worked on these projects in Canada, the US, UK, China, India, South Korea, Australia, the Philippines, the Middle East, and India, successfully developing plans for the projects from inception to commercial operation, I felt that there was a need to put the lessons learned during these years on paper, hence the genesis for this book. What you, the reader, can expect from the book. Once the idea took roots in my mind, I did extensive literature survey, poring over many books and technical articles on the subject matter. My observation was that many of these books were presenting concepts that were more theoretical in nature, where the tools were not yet employed in the real-world projects. Some of the books were in hundreds of pages and were comprehensive treatises on the subject matter. These books are either too expensive to purchase and would require time and patience to read and learn from them. Here, in writing this book, my intention was humble. Provide to the reader some fundamental background on the subject matter and then devote large section of the book to convey to my readers what lessons I have learned over the years to get crystal clear clarity in what I think are the key tools and processes that need to be in place and key project planning and scheduling know-how that needs to be instilled in the project team members to make them more schedule savvy. One of those factors in developing and maintaining the schedules that are logic, duration, and resource driven that remain pristine in quality throughout the life of the project. With the complexity that these schedules have, You need to find and put these schedules in a computer software that has many bells and whistles to bring this mathematical model as close to the real world picture it will paint to convey the project progress and problems that it faces as possible. My experience while working on the projects around the world has taught me one thing, and that is the fundamentals of project management, and more specifically schedule management, are the same across the globe. These fundamental schedule management techniques are presented on sound logical reasoning, which can be captured in a mathematical model. And as I said earlier, the model, if developed and maintained well, will provide your schedules the ability to accurately predict your project's completion date. What benefits will the reader get? What you will find in the book are practical lessons that I have learned over 40 years of experience in planning for and then executing those plans successfully for complex and schedule-sensitive projects that were all over the world. In discussing the subject matter, where necessary, I will make blunt points with no sugarcoating. Sometimes, timely, blunt opinions are needed to overcome the deafening silence or the lack of action that you may experience in your attempts to prevent schedule delays on your project. Remember the old adage, a stitch in time saves 9. Keep in mind though, how these points are communicated will depend on the audience you face and the cultural environment you work in. Diplomacy, relentless persistence, and cooler minds always prevail. One point I do want to emphasize is that keeping the project schedules and budgets in perspective. Keep in mind that on any project, no matter how small or how big it is, the project's top priority must be project personnel, workers' health and safety. And the second priority must be the quality of the work. However, even with the impeccable safety and quality record, if your project exceeds the contract schedule and budgets, your success will be dubious. The claims industry is thriving because of cost overruns and schedule delays. Follow the principles in this book to minimize your project's exposure to those costly schedule delays and cost exposures. Enjoy the wild ride.